Not every tragedy ends with grief alone. Sometimes, it opens the door to something much darker. Tonight, we uncover the chilling story of a little girl who lost her mother in a plane crash, only to face an unthinkable horror inside her own home. In 2019, the quiet town of Brooksville mourned the tragic loss of Emily Carter, a young mother who died in a devastating plane crash. She left behind her only daughter, Lily, just 7 years old at the time. With Emily gone, Lily's father, David Carter, took full custody. On the surface, it seemed like a family piecing itself back together after an unspeakable loss. Neighbors offered sympathy, relatives promised support, and David, well, he appeared to be a grieving husband doing his best for his little girl. But behind closed doors, things were not as they seemed. 3 years later, when Lily was just 10 years old, she was rushed to the hospital. David's explanation? She had fallen and hurt herself. But doctors weren't convinced. Her injuries raised red flags, and soon, investigators were called in. At first, suspicion leaned toward a random act of violence or even a possible outside predator. Family members whispered about David's temper, but few believed he could be capable of anything too sinister. Still, detectives kept digging, and what they found changed everything. Through medical reports, family journals, and most importantly, Lily's own words, a horrifying truth emerged. The danger hadn't come from outside the home, it had been living with her all along. David Carter, the man the community saw as a victim of tragedy, was revealed to be the very source of his daughter's pain. Behind his quiet facade was a predator who had subjected his daughter to years of abuse, manipulation, and trauma. The community's heartbreak turned into outrage. Relatives who had once defended him were left in disbelief. Friends who had pitied him now felt betrayed. And Lily's story, brave, heartbreaking, and raw, became the key to exposing his crimes. What began as a story of a tragic accident evolved into something much darker, a tale of betrayal at the deepest level, where the person meant to protect a child was the one causing her the greatest harm. It's a haunting reminder that sometimes the monsters we fear most aren't strangers lurking in the dark. They can live right under the same roof. This was the story of Lily Carter, a child who lost her mother in a tragic plane crash, only to uncover an even greater nightmare at home. What do you think of this case? Do you believe the signs were there all along, or was the truth too well hidden? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more chilling stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to Dark Crime Chronicles. New cases are posted frequently, factual and fearlessly told. Until next time, remember, sometimes the darkest crimes are committed where we least expect them, right at home.